The original Halo trilogy is commonly referred to as the quintessential Halo experience, with Halo Reach following close behind. Since then, the Halo series has been working to return to the glory days of the first-person shooter and reclaim its role as the flagship Xbox title. Does Master Chief's return in Halo Infinite turn this spark of franchise back into a roaring fire?
Short work of that, huh?
Or is Halo Infinite better left off in cryosleep?
That everything he had?
Find out in our review. Hey folks, do me a solid if you enjoyed this review, be sure to hit that like, subscribe, notification button. It's 3 small clicks for you, but means the world to us. Let's get started. To say I'm a fan of the Halo franchise would be an understatement. From the launch of the original Xbox, I was standing in line at midnight for every Halo title in order to play the campaign as soon as possible. I devoured the novels and dove into the lore. Halo's story, for me, is one of the most important parts of the experience. Halo Infinite manages to connect together 20 years of history while remaining laser focused on the present, which includes new relationships, the oppressive threat of the Banished, and the mystery of the Zeta Halo.
It's been 6 months. Where have you been?
To draw the line between Halo Infinite and the previous titles, it invokes memories of Halo Combat Evolved's mysteries and sense of discovery as you explore a Halo ring. It utilizes similar voiceover storytelling seen in Halo 3, and it's got an emotional core that rivals Halo Reach. The narrative explores what it means to be a soldier, what it feels like to follow orders, or do what you think is right. There's an undercurrent of growth and trust, of coming to terms with who Master Chief is, not just a soldier, but as a person who has only known one thing in life: fighting.
Wait, what? What are you gonna do?
Improvise. Close the door.
While it does draw upon the history of the franchise, the past stories act as a foundation that also uplifts what 343 Industries has delivered, which is a masterful narrative that beautifully encapsulates the relationship between the characters. It's a heartfelt story that had me choking back tears as the credits rolled. To paint a clearer picture, Halo Infinite's story follows Master Chief, a new AI called the Weapon, and the Pilot, as they try to stop the Banished from controlling the Zeta Halo. Beyond this, they must also pursue the Harbinger to stop whatever it is she's doing, as well as work out the status of Cortana.
We need help, not heroics.
No, we do our duty. Protect humanity, whatever the cost.
Though the story is the thread that will pull you through the game, Halo Infinite's campaign is unique and offers more than just narrative to keep you playing after the credits roll. When it was first hinted at that Halo Infinite would be an open world game, I was nervous, having grown wary of the genre and games that touted as a selling point. However, I am pleased to report that it just works with Halo Infinite. Part of why it works is due to the fact that it's an entirely new direction the series has taken, and it fits within the theme and mission parameters we've seen in previous titles. Take for instance the second mission of Halo Combat Evolved, called Halo. This mission has the Chief trekking across the ring, searching through Forerunner structures, and saving groups of Marines. Halo Infinite does this, but on a grander scale.
Buzz off. I think we're out of the woods. Let's dig up more targets.
Thanks, Chief. All clear, Chief. The Marines are out of danger.
From finding a warthog on the side of the road, grapple shotting to the peak of a mountain to explore a marker on your map, or saving a group of UNSC Marines from being wiped out. Moments like these repeated as I picked up which icon on Halo Infinite's map I wanted to track down next. Some of the icons hint at the location of a collectible, like a skull or multiplayer cosmetic item, a high-value target that is a modified version of a weapon you can unlock, like the rocket launcher with a tracking module, or Banished-controlled territory you can clear out and claim. Anytime you complete one of these, you will earn a bit of valor, an XP system that ranks up your forward operating bases, a great addition to the franchise. These forward operating bases, or FOBs as they're called in the games, are UNSC bases that are controlled by the Banished. Once you clear out those pesky foes, it will once again be a human-occupied base that you can use as a fast travel point, to call in human-made vehicles, or even request weapons you've unlocked. As you earn valor, the FOBs will improve, granting you access to bigger and better vehicles and weapons. The FOBs are also where you'll find Marines, who also gain improvements that will jump into your warthogs for missions and adventuring.
Bob Delta cleanup complete. Now to claim it. Get me to the terminal.
Another open-world mechanic featured in Halo Infinite is an upgrade system. The Master Chief now has access to 4 types of equipment in the campaign. There's the grapple shot, that can pull you to distant locations or items to you, the portable shield known as the drop wall, thrusters that can move Chief laterally in the blink of an eye, and the threat detector, which will highlight enemies within its sphere. By collecting Spartan cores hidden around the world, you can improve these tools to offer better cooldowns or provide additional effects. I personally had a blast swapping through these on the fly with the press of the D-pad. It's exhilarating to use the grapple shot to pull a fusion coil to yourself, and then hurl it at a grunt, only to hot swap to the thruster to dodge out of the way out of the Jackal's laser sight. The equipment manages to add an iconic Halo dance of guns, grenades, and melee without feeling overwhelming or bogging down the flow of combat. As for the weapons, Halo Infinite introduces a wealth of new additions that each serve a distinct purpose. There's the Commando, that sits between the assault rifle and battle rifle in terms of rate of fire and range. The Skewer, which can annihilate vehicles with a giant spike. And the Sidekick, one of the best Halo pistols in a long time. The game also separates these guns into damage-based categories, including kinetic, plasma, hard light, and shock, all of which affect shields and flesh differently. Though there are some clear winners, it's never too disheartening to run out of ammo with your favorite weapon and be forced to scavenge the battlefield for a replacement. There's always plenty of weapon caches to find, so it becomes a flow of grabbing a weapon that suits your immediate needs. That might not always be the battle rifle, and using it until you want to try something else.
I need a weapon.
Weapon? This is all I've got.
It's enough.
But while Halo has always been about nailing the combat and experiencing exciting 30 seconds of fun in new ways, it's also about moments between the combat. These are reflective moments where you can catch your breath, hear some dialogue, and just soak up the views. There were times between the combat and the story where I would just walk off into the wild to see what I could find. I often found myself climbing up a mountain or on top of a Forerunner structure, only to reach the pinnacle and be standing there in awe. And then the Halo theme song would kick in. The monks would start chanting and singing, creating an almost spiritual moment as I stared out over the sweeping terrain of the broken circle of the Zeta Halo. And yet, for all the enjoyment I gained from the campaign, there is a negative that cannot be overlooked. Halo Infinite will not have co-op at launch. For those who love nothing more than to play through the campaign with a friend, it's not possible on December 8th. 343 Industries has promised this feature will arrive sometime after Season 1, which may be around May. Adding to this is that I couldn't discern any way to replay story missions without starting a new campaign. Despite these woes, Halo Infinite's campaign is an outstanding addition to the series. It manages to cater to veterans while still offering enough hooks to reel in new players. As for the shift into an open world format, it feels like a natural progression, and I am pleased to say it works well for the franchise.
Do we need it?
Well, based on what you've told me so far, the bigger question is, do the Banished need it?
Do it.
The build of Halo Infinite I received for review did not include a multiplayer component. The reason for this is that Halo Infinite's multiplayer was released early, albeit in beta format, on November 15th as part of Xbox 20th anniversary celebration. From my understanding, the version of multiplayer available now is the multiplayer that exists at launch. This double-edged blade means that the experience you and I have had now will remain the same at launch, provided no additional changes are made. The good side of this is that 343 Industries has been clear with its communication. The team has already provided messaging about additional multiplayer playlists and improving the progression rate of the Battle Pass, though issues still persist with its design. Despite these criticisms, I want to express my deep desire to continue playing more Halo Infinite multiplayer. What was delivered is the quintessential Halo multiplayer experience. The maps are immediately worthy of fan favorite status. The classic Halo dance? That's alive and well within the multiplayer arena. Halo has always been about map knowledge and strategy, not Twitch skills, and that shines through in Halo Infinite. The game flaunts its lengthy time to kill like a badge of honor, and rightfully so. If you walk around the corner and get shot, there's enough time for you to reposition and potentially turn the tides of that encounter. It's a refreshing change to the astonishingly quick time to kill in other shooters. While the maps are present and feel great, there's a clear lack of original Halo map remakes. There's no Lockout or Blood Gulch, nor Battle Creek or Zanzibar. I can only hope these maps make their way into the game in some form, whether it's a remake, spiritual successor, or to provide inspiration for something that works with the new movement offer. Another drawback to the multiplayer is the lack of multiplayer playlist. Halo, the Master Chief Collection, featured a plethora of options and modes for players to choose from, while Halo Infinite is limited to quick play, bots, big team battle, and ranked arena. Though there is a promise of more playlists coming, it's vexing that there are so few options. This is especially true when certain challenges demand you play specific game modes, like Oddball, and yet you've got no control over whether you get to play that mode.
I told you. We lost.
For what Halo Infinite gets wrong with its multiplayer, it also gets many things right. Outside of nailing the classic feel of Halo multiplayer that veterans will appreciate, it's also approachable for new players. This is thanks to the valuable addition of bots, a series first. There's also the Academy, with its tutorial, weapon drills, and training mode, which provides even more ways to ease greenhorns into the fray.
Go! Act fast, Spartan!
I can't talk about Halo Infinite's multiplayer without addressing its Battle Pass. Going from Halo, the Master Chief Collection Season Pass, to Halo Infinite feels like a step backwards. The team at 343 Industries worked hard to make the Master Chief Collection Season Pass system more approachable, by allowing players to unlock rewards in any order, provided all 10 items are unlocked before progressing to the next 10. The system rewards players with season points for playing games and completing challenges. It felt good to stockpile this currency and buy items you want from whichever season you wanted. In Halo Infinite, gone is the ability to unlock whichever item you want within the groups of 10. Now, players must move literally through the Battle Pass to acquire rewards. In order to make progress, players must earn XP either by playing matches or completing challenges. The problem with that is that challenges are only for multiplayer. Another step back from the Master Chief Collection's campaign challenges. This means players that prefer campaign can't earn rewards in the Battle Pass unless they engage with the multiplayer. It's disappointing that the system isn't in a more user-friendly environment at launch. However, Halo Infinite's multiplayer is a live service, free-to-play game. As such, will and has received changes. The team has already implemented changes to improve the game, and judging by the turnaround of the Master Chief Collection since its launch in 2014, it's not outrageous to assume more improvements will come. One positive of the Battle Pass that could act as an industry-changing moment is that those who purchase the premium version will not lose it when the season pass ends. Players can continue to unlock the rewards they paid for long after the season has finished and another one has started. Whether the Battle Pass progression and implementation bothers you will depend entirely on your concern over the look of your Spartan and your interest in unlocking cosmetic items. But these problems extend beyond the Battle Pass and into the core customization options within Halo Infinite. There are fewer options than previous titles, and the armor core system seems needlessly restrictive. Players are unable to have finer choice over the exact coloring of their Spartan, nor can the armor permutations be easily mixed and matched. In an age where player expression and customization is king, Halo Infinite is lacking. However, for those who are more concerned about enjoying the gameplay, cosmetics are just an extra treat, but more treats are always better. Beyond the story, open world design, gameplay, and multiplayer, Halo Infinite gets many other things right. For starters, the art style managed to harken back to the classic Halo visuals, while it's still appearing modernized. Despite pulling back the visuals to fall in line with games from the past, Halo Infinite is gorgeous. Running on the Xbox Series X, the level of detail and lighting was always superb, with the internal lighting of the Forerunner structures appearing vibrant, while the light from the sun shifts and softens as the time of day changes. I spent a lot of time standing in fields on the rocks, admiring the picturesque scenes. I couldn't help but take screenshots of a small lake with some Forerunner artifacts jutting out of the ground, while the ring stretched up into the sky. On the audio side of the discussion, the music in Halo Infinite is perfect. There were moments during combat that were punctuated by iconic Halo pieces that tickled the part of my brain that thrives on nostalgia.
Incoming.
But what if it's a friend?
It isn't.
While I touched on the narrative earlier, what really sells it is the performances by the talented voice actors. Steve Downes somehow makes Master Chief seem both robotic and human at the same time. Then there's Jen Taylor, who does a phenomenal job at bringing to life the weapon. How she delivers numerous lines throughout the campaign made my heart sing, but also sent ice through my veins. It was incredible to hear the subtle differences she brought to her lines in the story, a true master. Halo Infinite also has a wealth of user-friendly features including crossplay and cross-save between Steam, Windows Store, and Xbox consoles. There's even a keyboard and mouse compatibility for console users. Halo Infinite is a quintessential Halo experience. 343 Industries has managed to create a Halo that harkens back to the classics while still ensuring it feels modern without muddying the iconic feel that longtime Halo fans have come to love. For those that follow the narrative closely, the story that is told in Halo Infinite is heartfelt, emotional, and may just bring you to tears. Not only does Halo Infinite offer a return to greatness, it caps off important stories while introducing new and exciting mysteries. Unfortunately, you won't be able to experience it in co-op at launch, and even though the multiplayer has some growing pains to work through, it remains an absolute treat to play, especially with a group of friends. Hats off to 343 Industries. The whole team should feel proud because Halo Infinite is an instant classic. Halo's back, baby. For more video reviews and everything else gaming related, you're already in the right place. You're on Shacknews.com.